Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Wizard Teacher Live. My name is Denek. I am the Wizard Teacher. And as always, I will be streaming to two YouTube channels. For now, I'll be streaming to the Teachers Denek YouTube channel, as well as the brand new channel called the Wizard Teacher Live. So if you have not subscribed there, please do so now. And without further ado, let's get started. Today, I would like to take a look at a topic which is often feared by a lot of English learners, and that is conditionals. I'm going to test my skill of English conditional clauses. So if that's something you might want to be interested in, then go ahead and watch while I am streaming this live. Okay, are you guys ready to start? Let's go. Here is ChatGPT, and here is the prompt I have prepared. Create a story with a quiz which focuses on all types of conditionals. It's going to be C1 level. Each missing gap should be numbered. The theme is squirrels this time. Why squirrels? I have no idea. It just came to mind, okay? So here we go. Perfect for a C1 group. Here is a story plus quiz that naturally practices all main types of conditionals: 0, first, second, third, and mixed. Oh no, also mixed. So that's going to be quite challenging, but I do like a challenge here on the English, what's it called? On the Wizard Teacher Live, that's the name. Plus a few inverted advanced conditional structures. Oh God. Okay, the squirrel of Chestnut Park. The squirrel of Chestnut Park. Interesting. Instructions for students. Complete the story by filling each numbered gap with the correct conditional structure. Pay attention to time reference, probability, and formality. Oof. Oh God, 19. Oh, that's going to take ages. All right. Every autumn in Chestnut Park, the squirrels followed an unspoken code. If a squirrel, something with the verb store, enough nuts by mid-October, then we have another gap. Survive the winter without trouble. Everyone knew this. It was simply how life worked. So we have to realize one thing. Stories are told in past tense, right? Which means that's how we are telling this story. It's in past tense. And that's why I think the first conditional will be conditional number 2. If a squirrel stored, past tense, enough nuts by mid-October, it would survive the winter without trouble. Everyone knew this. It was simply how life worked. Let's see if I'm right. So I'm saying survived. And then for number 2, would store. Okay. Is this correct? I hope so. Good question. And no, those are not correct for those. Those are not correct for this what? Those two aren't correct for this context. Honestly, I'm really shocked by this. I was quite convinced that I knew how to do this. So let's see what happened here. Correct answers: stores. Well, let's see. Let's have a look at it again. Every autumn in Chestnut Park, the squirrel followed an unspoken code. Right. Yes, I know. We can also use 0 conditional. It's like a rule, which is always something that is always true. In which case, I guess if we are not referring to the past, we are talking about the present. And in which case, I agree with ChatGPT here. And it's saying that I should use basically present tense plus present tense, which is conditional 0. It's true. Past simple suggests a specific past situation, not a general rule. I know, but I thought that this general rule was in the past, basically. So let's see what ChatGPT says when I challenge it. I thought this general rule you were referring to was in the past. Let's see. That's a very good instinct, and you're thinking like a C1 speaker here. Let's fine-tune it because the difference is subtle. You are right that the story is narrated in the past, but the rules itself is timeless. Okay then. Okay, I get it. If a squirrel stores enough nuts, by mid-October it survives the winter. Okay, so this is the unspoken rule, and it's timeless. So it kind of lasts forever. So it doesn't have the time almost, right? Okay, like we know Shakespeare was timeless, for example. So I guess this rule, this squirrel rule, is also timeless. Okay, fair enough. It requires the usage of zero conditional here, apparently. Let's see what happens next. One young squirrel, Oliver. Of all names, you choose the name Oliver for a squirrel? Oliver, squirrel Oliver. I guess it kind of rhymes. One young squirrel Oliver was less cautious. It was less careful. If he something preparation seriously, he the verb is not find himself in constant trouble now. Instead of collecting food, he spent his days teasing pigeons and showing off his tail. Okay. This is weird, guys. The story is told in a weird way. I'm not really happy about it. One young squirrel, Oliver, was less cautious. So basically, I think this is mixed conditional here. Something happened. The squirrel wasn't cautious. And now it's trying to tell me that because of that mistake that Oliver made, because he didn't take the preparation seriously, it's now. It has the word now here, which is talking about present here now. Now it's in trouble, in constant trouble. It's weird because, in my opinion, when you tell a story in past tense, you don't really use present, but apparently here, in order to make this work as an exercise, it's trying to use present. So my instinct is that we need to use the third conditional plus second conditional. If it hadn't taken the preparation, if it had taken the preparation seriously, right? So because we are saying it didn't do that. If he had taken preparation seriously, he wouldn't find him. Yeah, it's weird. It's really weird. I'm not really happy about this exercise. Maybe we overdid it. We over-egged the pudding. Let's see. Okay, well, I'm hopeful that basically because of the word now, I think has to be this. Excellent. You're very close. I don't like it. Guys. You're very close is not good enough. But the combination you've chosen creates the wrong conditional type. Let's see. So it says had taken, that was correct. What's wrong with wouldn't find then? Oh my God, what? Wouldn't find is present hypothetical, which clashes with the past perfect in the if clause. What? Correct version would be finding, still awkward. So it is not a correct version then. So what is the correct version? Too many notes, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, but what is the correct answer? So what is correct then? Fair enough. Let's be 100% clear and final. The correct answers are had taken and wouldn't be in constant. Hang on, isn't that what I said? Well, there is the verb find. So why are you going for wouldn't be now? You've changed the verb, haven't you? What? Hang on. The verb was supposed to be find, right? Yes, you've caught a real issue, and you're probably right to stop here. The verb was indeed find, and that means I need to correct the exercise logic, not your grammar instincts, which means my grammar instincts are right. Let's reset cleanly. Please do. Please do. Find must be used, right? Isn't that what I said? Can your answer work? Your proposal was had taken, wouldn't find. This creates, if he had taken preparation seriously, he wouldn't find himself in constant trouble now. Is this hang on, what happened? What have I done? Is it grammatically possible? Yes, it is grammatically correct. Is it acceptable at C1 level? Marginal, but acceptable with a caveat. Basically, it still doesn't like it. Why? It's slightly awkward, but not wrong. Find yourself in trouble usually describes the moment of ending up in trouble. Now focuses on a current state. So the sentence is grammatically fine, but stylistically a bit strange because the verb suggests an entry rather than a state. However, English does allow this mismatch, especially in narrative. If he had listened, he wouldn't find himself in this mess now. So what? So what's the condition? Is it it's guys, we will have to, sorry, but it's getting ridiculous now. It's taking too long. I mean, we all want to know the answer here. Teacher level takeaway, important, really important. The problem wasn't your conditional. It was the verb choice in the task design. And who designed the task? Was it me? No, it was you. So basically, it's your mess. You made that mess. Okay, guys, I think in a sense, it accepted my answer, right? But it was all weird. But this is what you can expect in the Wizard Teacher Live occasionally. By the time the first frost arrived, Oliver realized his mistake. Blah, blah, blah. If he start is the verb, gathering nuts earlier, he, blah, 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 have is the verb, a full stash by now. Stash is like the place where he's hiding all the nuts, right? Or collecting all the nuts. It's called a stash. As it stood, he was cold, hungry, and extremely nervous. Basically, this squirrel screwed up. It messed up. The squirrel is completely nuts. Pun intended. Yes. The squirrel is a nutter. Right. There was a mistake. The squirrel didn't make it. It was hungry, cold, and nervous. I would be too. So this is a regret. And when we are talking about regrets in English, we can either say something like, he should have done something else. He shouldn't have done it. That's one structure. Should have done, shouldn't have done. But also we can use the third conditional. If he had started, so that's the first part, past perfect. If he had started gathering nuts earlier, no, it's actually mixed, guys, again, because there is by now. By now. So it's a mixed conditional. It's not the third. It's third and second. If he had started gathering nuts earlier, he would have a full stash by now. I think so. But, you know, ChatGPT, it's bound to disagree with me, or it's bound to make a flaw in its design, something like that. have a flaw in its design, I should say, maybe. So is this correct? Let's see, guys. I'm curious. No, no, again, no. Why not? Wait, did I forget about something? Let's see. It says he would have, it has to be this. Oh, come on. Oh, can you please make it shorter? Why is it so long? I don't have time for this. Oh, it's too long. Had started was right, would have incomplete. It's not incomplete. Yeah, but it's not the third conditional, you see. Now it's thinking that I should use third conditional, which definitely is done in this kind of way, would have, and a verb in past participle. But I was thinking I was using verb as the lexical verb, as the main verb, because I thought we are doing mixed conditionals again. Come on. Would have had, but that's just, yeah, but by now, doesn't that refer to the present? Hence, this is a mixed conditional. 3 plus 2. Right. Brilliant question. And that's exactly where C1 understanding lives. Short answer is, by now, does not automatically force the okay, well, now that explains it. By now, up to this point in time, it includes the present, but it does not mean currently happening or still in progress. Right, so what is your final verdict? Here's the final, clean, examiner-safe verdict. No hedging. Had started, would have had. See, that was my first thought. Remember, guys, at the very beginning, I thought it was plain third conditional. But then, no, I saw by now. And I thought, here we go, it's mixed again. But I don't think it is. Turns out it's not. We would have first. Okay, sure. I will accept this one. But I'm getting a bit, I'm getting a bit upset here because I got another wrong. Technically, the previous one was okay, but you know what I mean. ChatGPT is giving me a hard time. By the time I've done this one already. Had only, oh, here we go. This is inversion. So Oliver probably didn't listen to the older squirrels. Yeah, that's what young squirrels normally do. They don't listen to their parents, right? And oh, we have now again. Stop giving me this word now. It is confusing me. Had Oliver listened to the older squirrel, I'm sure about that one again, but same problem 3 times in a row, he would have avoided the panic he felt now. This is something that I think if I use will be what ChatGPT wants me to use. But again, there's the word now, which suggests there is some sort of present thing happening. So that should not be used, right? The third conditional and third conditional. Okay. Had Oliver listened to the other squirrels, that's clear. Let's just say it's a plain third conditional, but he would have avoided the panic he now felt. Let's just say it's all in the past tense, but honestly. Spot on. Okay, now I'm managing to get into ChatGPT's head. Wait, does an AI have a head? I don't know. Does it have a brain? Probably not. But that's what That's what it wanted me to do. Because you see, I've learned my lesson. I'm doing what it wants me to do. Okay, fair enough. Oliver decided if he blah 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 and day and night for the next week, he blah 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 to survive the winter. Oliver decided that if he worked day and night for the next week, he would still manage to survive the winter. This is a confusing exercise, guys. I guess it's my fault for giving AI such prompts. Unclear, probably, or something. I don't know. Oliver decided. The thing is, I always want to do it live so that you see I didn't prepare this. I think it's more authentic. Oliver decided that if he worked day and night, he would still manage to survive the winter. I think so. Because we also have decided, you see, so there is another thing we have to be careful about, and that's, what do you call it? Reported speech. You cannot, even though it looks like it's referring to the future, right? So you should use first conditional. Because there is reported speech, we can't. So I think it's going to be worked. Worked. He would still manage. But honestly, you can't be sure with this AI. You can't really be sure. Correct. Yes, this one is also correct. And it's a first conditional with what? But it's not. It's a first conditional with a nuance of determination. What? You couldn't have really explained it better, could you? It's not really a first conditional, though. It's the second. But it is kind of what I was saying, isn't it? It's basically first conditional, which is moved back in time because we have reported speech. So that's what it is, in my opinion. Anyway, it agrees with me. I'm not gonna go into more detail here. Okay. However, he also knew that if humans, again, same thing. He knew, right? So we have like kind of past tense. We can't really, it's same thing. It's the same level here for me. If the humans didn't leave scraps in the park, squirrels like him would be in serious danger. I don't know. Let's try it. If humans, it looks like it's one of those, again, one of those sort of zero conditionals. It's like a truth, like a scientific fact or something, like a rule, right? But it's not going to be that, because we need to move the time again. We need to move the tense here. So if humans didn't, okay, let's go for it. Didn't leave, if humans didn't leave scraps in the park, squirrels like him would be in serious danger. Basically, what it's saying that humans are helpful, right? Because they leave some leftovers, food leftovers, scraps in the park. Yeah, so the humans do leave those scraps, and that's why the squirrels are safe. They can survive. That's what it's about, right? Like him would be in serious danger. I think so. I think that's what we need here, but you can't be sure here. Yes, this one is correct, and it's a mixed condition. Is it a mixed conditional? It's not. How is this a mixed condition? Mixed conditional means you're combining the second and third conditional, but we are not, because this is the first part of the second conditional and the second part of the second conditional. So I disagree. I don't think you're right, but it's not mixed conditional. What it is it's reported speech. It's not mixed conditional, though. It's more like reported speech, isn't it? Oh my God, I'm digging myself into a hole here. I think it's thinking really hard now because it doesn't want to get it wrong. And it wants to show off. Now you're thinking at a very subtle C1 level, and you're right to question the label. Let's unpack this. Well, please no. Why did I even ask this question? It's not a mixed conditional in meaning, right? That's what I said. It looks like a mixed conditional because it's not a mixed conditional. Stop it. Functionally, it's past tense. Yeah. Okay, so I'm right. That's it. Moving on. Okay. This is long. Are you still alive? I would be dead after watching this, to be honest. This one is one of the tougher ones, and perhaps next time I will make sure it is more manageable or more sort of watchable and less confusing, because it is rather baffling, let's say. Right. In fact, if humans, there's the verb understand, how independent wildlife was on seasonal habits. Sorry, how dependent. Well, it didn't sound right. If humans, something, how dependent wildlife was on seasonal habits, they, something, think twice before disrupting them. Okay, sadly, this awareness rarely came in time. So this is definitely hypothetical situation because humans don't understand it. They don't understand this because they disrupted the squirrels. Bastards! How dare they? How dare they do that? So if humans understood how dependent wildlife was on seasonal habits, they would think twice before disrupting them. So in this case, I think we need the second conditional because it's an unreal condition referring to, it's like we're talking basically about an unreal present, right? Okay, let's try it. Number 13. What could possibly go wrong? It's the lucky number, right? If humans understood how dependent wildlife was on seasonal habits, they would think twice. Okay. It means if you say you would think twice about doing something, it means basically you would be more careful not to do it, right? That's the meaning here. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Exactly, this one is correct. Whew, what a relief. Have you heard it? It's that weight. It's that weight of my shoulders, guys. Yes. Do we have to explain it? Hypothetical unreal situation in the present. That's exactly what I said. Finally, we are on the same wavelength here with the ChatGPT. It's about time. It took us a while to arrive at this point, right? It's been a long journey before we came to some sort of understanding here with this AI. Okay, moving on. By midwinter, Oliver had changed completely. Whew. Hang on, this is weird. If that's weird. By midwinter, Oliver had changed completely. If The verb is be careless before now. He was now meticulous. What? That is so weird. This whole sentence is so weird. That just doesn't... Okay, I'm just going to put this whole thing there again and ask, are you sure this is even correct? Let's see. I don't want you to analyze it. Just tell me. Oh my God, what is it doing? Good catch. Let's examine this carefully because this is a tricky C1 level mixed tense. By midwinter, Oliver had changed completely. By midwinter, Oliver had changed completely. Past perfect. Yeah, I know that. Shows a completed action in the past. He was now meticulous. Past simple. State at the past moment. If clause refers to previous behavior, careless before, this is not a classic. That's exactly my point. This is really not a classic conditional. It's more a contrast statement. Exactly. Although he had been careless before, he was now meticulous. That's why I was confused. Yeah, okay, but the first part, let's say the first part has to be if he had been, where is it? Where are we? If he had been careless before, yeah, okay, it makes sense. It makes actually, I'm getting it now. I'm getting it. It's not a real conditional. So it's like, if we could say that he was careless before, well, now he is the complete opposite. But that's not really a conditional. It's more like stating. It's a statement. Although the first part of this is kind of in that conditional structure, right? So we're going to say number 15, not number 150, no. If he had been careless before, yeah. Now, I get it now. So that has to be that, right? Exactly. Okay, good. Moving on. 16. Okay, it's another sentence. And if he's survived this winter, he promised himself he would never repeat the same mistake again. Because it's basically we are referring to the what? It has to be that, right? Because if you are referring to the future, you would say, if I survive this winter, I promise I will never make the same mistake again. But because we are telling a story, we are kind of in the past. You know what I mean? So we have to move it back to the past. If he survived this winter, he promised to himself he would never. In my opinion, that's what we have to do here. It's all very confusing, I know. If he has survived this winter, oh gosh, you must think I'm completely nuts, right? Doing this exercise. It is a bit tricky, to be fair. He would never repeat the same mistake again. He would never repeat. It has to be this. I can't think of what else it would be. Yeah, okay. So I'm doing all right, aren't I? I mean, there were a few hiccups, but to be fair, it's due to the design of this exercise a little bit. Honestly, I know I'm making excuses, but it's true. It's true. Okay, well, we have the last sentence here, which is unbelievable because we made it. We are almost there. It's the finishing line or the finish line. Do we say the finish line or oh my God, the finish line or the finishing line? The finish line. Okay, the finish line. All right, don't worry about that. In the end, Oliver survived narrowly. By the way, if you survive narrowly, it means just about. It was a close shave. He almost didn't make it. He almost died. He almost passed away. He almost died of hunger, probably, right? In the end, Oliver, our good old Oliver, survived narrowly. If he knew one thing for certain, oh, here we go. This is inversion. And for some reason, it's in bold. Why is it in bold? Why is nothing else in bold in this sentence except for that? In this story, except for that? What is the significance of that? It's weird. And he knew one thing for certain, where he ever, oh God, this is, where he ever, what? Another autumn unprepared, he would not rely on luck to save him. I think this is basically passive as well. Where he ever faced, to be faced, I guess, or should it be were he ever facing? It could be facing as well, right? Like as in it's past continuous. Were he ever facing? It's either faced or facing. It can't be anything else. If it's faced, it's like passive. If it's facing, it's past continuous. Were he ever facing another? I'm gonna go for facing because I don't know. I don't like that passive there. Facing another autumn unprepared. Autumn, by the way, guys, in British English, in American English, it's called fall. Fall. Number 19, he would not rely on luck to save him. He wouldn't. If you can, try to contract it. Don't say wouldn't, would not. It's just too much emphasis there. But there's a missing letter. He wouldn't rely. No, that's not how you spell rely. That's how you spell rely. Okay, not sure about 80, could be faced, but let's see what ChatGPT has to say about this. This one is correct and very advanced C1. Let's check carefully. Listen, I think I'm done. I don't want to check it anymore. I know it's correct. That's what matters here. But also, I was right about the inverted conditional, you see. It is the formal inversion. It's crazy, isn't it? But we got there. We got there in the end. Fully correct. So how did I do? I'm sure it's going to praise me because ChatGPT always praises, even if you do terribly. Even if you're awful, it will always say you are great. Because ChatGPT is so positive. Yeah, it's almost toxically positive. Look at all those green ticks. Isn't that wonderful? How many red crosses are there? Only 3, and 2 of them at the very beginning because of that zero conditional, the weird zero conditional. And this one, remember, that was a bit weird. That was a bit weird from ChatGPT. That was like a design flaw there. Yeah, okay. I'm okay with this, guys. 16 out of 19, and those mistakes I made were questionable, to say the least. Okay, well, thanks. I can see Lucas is watching. Were he ever to face, yeah, that seems all right to me as well. Yeah, absolutely. That's another sort of formal way of saying it, right? If you are to face, it's like this infinitive, you use it to be even more formal. But yeah, thanks for that, Lucas. Pop in with these comments, guys. If I notice, I will be glad to comment on your comments and put them up on screen. I can't always do that, you see, because I'm actually looking at the tab with ChatGPT and not necessarily at myself. So I only noticed this at the very end, but I think it was Lucas was commenting on the one that I was doing at the very end. So it all worked out in the end. Yeah, so this was the squirrel story of this new show called The Wizard Teacher Life. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this, then please don't forget to give this video a like and potentially even subscribe to the channel, and not to miss any future shows like this. I will always do something different. There will always be a different theme. I think I'm focusing on either vocabulary or prepositions, vocabulary or grammar, right? Mostly. So yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for watching, and I will speak to you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.